Hi English students, this is Mrs. Peacock, and I need us to take a look at the descriptive narrative essay topic sheet and just thoroughly discuss it. This type of essay provides the reader with a picture and words. It creates a verbal picture of a person, place, or thing. The writer creates a subjective impression by observing and recording specific details that appeal to the reader's sense of sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. The descriptive essay requires colorful details to support the writing. Please let me know if you have any questions. So instead of describing the beach as just pretty, I need you to get more detailed. So for instance, you may describe the glitter of the sun on the waves, or the sound of the seagulls above you, or the sensation of the sand on your feet. So you really want to pull the reader in with more detailed descriptions. The rough draft due date is Wednesday, September 27th by midnight, and you'll turn that into the discussion board for peer review. The final draft, which is the essay I'm going to grade, is due Wednesday, October 4th by midnight. And you'll turn that into the Content Week 4 folder. This essay is worth 15% of your final grade, so it actually carries the least amount of weight of your essays, but that's because it is a shorter essay. This essay should be between 500 and 750 words in length. If you go over 750, that's all right, because some students, when they're describing, they may get kind of lost in their own essay a little bit. So if you go over, I won't count off, but I'd recommend staying close to that 750 just so you're not doing excess work and you may get a similar grade to someone that turns in a 500-word essay. So just keep that in mind. For formatting, it's 12-point Times New Roman font. Double space with MLA heading and style. Your textbook has a really good example on page 192 of the Seagull book that has an example of an MLA formatted paper. If you wish, you can submit your own idea to me if we go through these topics and you don't like any of them, but definitely let me know before you choose your own topic. You can send me an email, or for the topic proposal outline assignment that's going to be due this next week, you can submit your own idea as well. But most students do find a topic within this list that they can write about. You could write about a holiday or celebration with your family. So I've gotten some really great ones about Thanksgiving and Christmas and Halloween, and some families get together for July 4th, Cinco de Mayo. I mean, it really just depends on which celebrations you really appreciate with your family, but you can describe the family traditions and some of the fun that you guys have. You can also describe an unforgettable moment in your life. I've gotten some really good essays from parents who have had children, and the moment that they met their child is obviously unforgettable. Also, there's some that were kind of negative situations. So I've gotten a couple that were about like car accidents or something kind of traumatic, but just know that all of your essays will be read by your classmates for peer review. So when you're choosing topics, just make sure you choose something you feel comfortable sharing with the class. You could write about a fun vacation that you have taken in real life or in your dreams. This is one of my particular favorites because I love to travel. So you could focus on a really fun trip you took up to the mountains or to the beach, or some students have traveled internationally. So if there's a different country that you traveled to and you want to write about that, you can. Also, I did put in your dreams. So say you haven't traveled yet, but you do plan to travel in your future, you can kind of daydream about what your perfect trip would be like and the specific place you would go to. So say if there's another country that you like to travel to, or another state, this is a chance for you to describe what you would like to do on that trip. You could also write about a regrettable action, and like I said, just make sure whatever topic you do choose for the regrettable action, it's something you feel comfortable sharing with the class. But typically the regrettable action topic, you conclude it with a lesson you learned from that action, a way you've grown as a person from that mistake. A fun night at the movies is kind of the carefree, fun topic. You can describe what movie you watched, who you went with, kind of the emotions you got from the movie. If it was a scary movie, you could delve into the jump scares and your reaction and kind of the sensation of anxiety. If it's a comedy, you could focus on the humor that was within it and how you and your friends or family laughed at certain scenes. But the fun night of the movies is just a fun, easygoing topic, and it's great for the movie lover. Also, this last topic, a picture that is close to your heart. When I describe that, I'm mainly meaning someone that you may have a picture of that someone's passed, and that picture is a nice memory of the person. It's a way of holding on to the memory of that person. I've gotten some really good ones about grandparents, and if there's that picture of you and your grandpa or grandma that you really cherish because it's a moment that you loved one another and like really just enjoyed each other. You can describe what the picture looks like and why it's so important to you, the significance of that picture. I do have a final draft late submission rule, which is 10 points off every day late for that final draft. So say if you turn this in October 5th, because it's due the 4th, it would be 10 points off. And this is just to encourage students to be punctual with their essays. All your final drafts are going to be graded using the English 101 grading rubric. I always have that attached on the Getting Started page of Blackboard. So if you do have any questions about the grading rubric, please let me know. But that is what our English department uses to grade English 101 and 102 essays. And I do grade electronically. So you guys will submit in the content area of Blackboard, and then I will grade it through that rubric. Also, all of your papers are going to be scanned with anti-plagiarism software. So if you do get an essay online, or if you reuse an essay that you've used for another class, it literally scans every sentence of the essay, highlights the sentence that was plagiarized, and I can see the original source as well to compare it. So just make sure that your essay is an original essay and not one that you've cheated to get, because then we'll have to have a conversation about that. So let's try to avoid any plagiarism discussions and just do your work and work hard at it, and don't be tempted to cheat on any of your essays. I do have an area for brainstorming and outlining. You're not required to do that, but I've found some students like to write out some ideas for their topics at the bottom. So there's a space for you to do that. If you ever have any questions, please let me know. I'm only an email or phone call away. Also, we have a fantastic writing center with tutors that can tutor you online and in person. So if you need help setting up an appointment, just let me know. But if you go to wallace.edu, Campus Life and Resources and Writing Center, then you can set up the appointment that way. And you can also do a walk-in too if you are on campus every now and then. They're in the Center for Academic Success. But we do have tutors that are fantastic, especially for writers that might not feel that confident initially writing essays, or maybe haven't written many essays in the past. I highly recommend a tutoring appointment, especially as you get started, because it's one thing for me to give you advice through email or if you pop by the office and have a quick meeting, but it's different for a tutor to sit with you for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour and really guide you through the writing process. And our Writing Center is fantastic. It is a free service for all Wallace students, so why not take advantage of it? But if you do have any questions, please let me know, and welcome to my English 101 class.